people.
Oh, and there is here a kill picked up against Zona, against Nif. He was a little bit too aggressive, it looks like. But at the same time, they're picking up a tower top and possibly, yes, also a Nunu top. So that was worth it, I guess. Nif confused them, surprised them with this decision, and that allowed them to get a tower and a kill top.
So 2 down on XAN, 2 Sona down on Gamed. Something you would take all day. Sona not really one to get kills, so she's not going to be worth much the whole game. Obviously, it's not good to drop a player at all. It's money to the other team.
As well. I didn't see that.
But yes, they did.
Well. Wow.
So it looks like Janna all by herself on the bottom. And she will continue to guard that tower, continuing to farm the XP as it comes in. No reason you shouldn't. It's only 1-on-1, and Tristana's not going to be able to do that much damage right next to the tower. You can just go ahead and back up. Looks like Tristana may meet Annie right there. She does have her stun, dropping down Tibbers, and huge as she goes for that W. Very nice job picking that up by XAN. A very much needed kill, bringing it to 8 and 5. Now 3K down as they slowly lose that money. And we're going to see how the advantage plays in favor of Gamed as the game goes on. 23 minutes or 22-20 into the game right now. Still really looking greatly in favor of Gamed as they have not lost one turret yet.
I wonder, how did Annie see Tristana in the bushes here? I just checked, they didn't have vision, they clairvoyance afterwards, so Annie must have just seen her pass through somewhere and just checked the bushes.
Annie may have been going, I think Brand was still in that position at times, somewhere in mid, or Sona, as we see now, is just going around to play the outside role, maybe drop Tibbers from the side on Brand. It's still, it's probably more damage to Brand than it would have done to Annie, and you saw how fast Tristana, rather, not to Annie, Tristana dropped. So we could have seen that again, just again with her stun procced up, not giving anything to chance. Janna flying across the map with that tailwind. Let's see if she can initiate something here. Actually putting down a ward. Brand not going to even try for it, saving his spells. And it looks like Jarvan with the shield up recently. He is going to go ahead and just keep farming.
And on Alistar we see 3 Doran's rings and Aegis of the Legion. That's a very, very team-based build. I really like that, especially on a jungler who can come in and not just gank, but also, you know, help people who are there. Oh, that's so much free damage on Janna. That means she'll probably have to go home. Yes, she'll have to go home, which gives Gamed a couple of minutes to do something, a couple of seconds to do something on the map. But well, Dragon is back, and despite my predictions, they did not set up in time for it. So there's some element of coordination missing there. They should have been ready for Dragon. They should have timed it. They didn't.
Right. Sona now as well with an Oracle. She's going to be able to roll around the map. Kevin getting back into the matchup here. He did get disconnected real quick. We see that on the screen. Jarvan moving up top. Alistar able to guard that tower. Nothing really going to come of that disconnect. He is going to be able to get back into the game quite quickly as we are on the LAN. It's going to be simple and easy. And looks like Janna and Nunu going ahead to grab blue buff. They'll probably give this one to Nunu if all goes well. And actually, it's going to be stolen here. I think Tristana's going to be able to get that. And it goes to Sona. Very nice. The cooldowns and the mana, that's going to help immensely. A huge one going for the Pillar Fire, nearly ultimate and pretty much melting. Very nice Candy Panda coming in for the kill. Just going to feed him up nicely. 174 creep score, 6-2 at this point in time. And another jungle in their favor. 190 gold plus the XP, 33.3K to 29.8K. The money is just increasing now, about $4,000 gold over XAN at this point in time, and Gamed, you know, leaving nothing to chance after seeing XAN versus TSM. And
that was nice revenge for Tristana in exactly the same place where she was killed by Annie a moment ago. She gets to kill Annie. Jarvan meanwhile stealing Gamed's blue buff. That's interesting. I thought I saw Sylar doing that blue buff a moment ago, but he must have aborted it. And there's one inner turret that goes down, a second inner turret actually that goes down for Sen already, and they're setting up to take down the third inner turret. Jarvan completely out of position, cannot defend. He may take a turret in return.
Yes, he's definitely. He's going to get that one, but you know they've been losing a lot, and they really need defense on this inhibitor turret. If they get a lot of damage done on it, could easily be a backdoor for somebody. Not that they have a team that backdoors or anybody that can really go around. A nice flash in and pulverize coming out of the hands of Alistar. His team was not there. They were focusing on the turret. He thought they were going to take it down a little bit quicker, but that's all right. Kind of unfortunate that the flash was used for them, but they will be able to still initiate in fights. Alistar is somebody that, you know, it kind of matters on if you want to initiate well, but he doesn't really need it to escape with the amount of damage he can take.
Yeah, absolutely. And he can still headbutt pulverize if he has the range for that, and so that kind of almost replaces the stun right there. So a needlessly large rod on Annie now, bringing her up to 222 AP, and let's see, 153 only on Brand. Brand not doing quite as well as Anio, even though their CS is identical. He has 0-1-1 while she has 2-1-0. So obviously those kills for Annie putting her slightly ahead and allowing her to run a Death Fire as well as a needlessly large rod. The Death Fire, obviously a proc item that you activate against an enemy, and it does a percentage damage of their max health, and that percentage actually scales with AP.
Yes.
So as you build more AP on your champion, that becomes even more painful. Sand now going back with 2 of them. See if Annie's going to be caught here. No, she seems to be fine.
Oh, wow.
Unless Candy wants to
very
jump
aggressive
in.
Candy Panda. It looks like he will turn to the right. They did have that ward there. I was like, you have no mana. Where are you going? You have a ward there. Yeah. All right, they were definitely safe in that situation.
Yes.
And he does have red as well, so he can always hit and run away, hit and run away. You're going to be slowed. Zyler looking to put some pressure on the jungle right now as they are pinging him. They're like, hey, okay, come on, chill out, please. His own team is kind of giving him the what's up. Let's take it easy here. We don't really have enough space to initiate, and we're kind of spread out. Looks like you're going to go down bottom. That Infinity Edge now in the hands of Tristana. And you can tell, obviously, with 6 and 2, has not sold any of those Doran's Blade, has had enough to build up a Zeal and the Infinity Edge with Berserker Greaves. With whatever she needs, you know, usually you see somebody at least sell 1 or 2 of those to get to that Infinity Edge faster. But she's totally comfortable in a build right now, and you can tell she's very farmed at 203. The closest is Jarvan at 195. We're going to head up top to see what's going down here. It looks like Nunu and Jarvan may initiate on something. Alistar does see that they're there, and Janna will gather together with the group here. We could have a forced fight, but it looks like everybody's really spread out. Jarvan not going to initiate anything, going back towards middle. Everybody kind of feeling out where the other team is, trying to get a look, trying to get, you know, a spell drawn out so some of the cooldowns are going down. And there it is right there, coming in with the headbutt, misses the pulverize on the flash. Of very good timing on Vec playing Jarvan, and it looks like he will be able to get out alive. The fight to be initiated is growing only more and more as they expend those summoner spells of the opposing teams, and we'll have to see what they can do.
Annie out of position. If game went for it right now, it would be a 5v4 with the flash down on Jarvan. That would be really advantageous for them, and they seem to want to go for it, but obviously they're running in the direction of Annie now, so she can join the fight if she wants to. That was an amazing attack against Jarvan top. The headbutt actually pushed him out of range for his combo, so he could not use his Q to go close to his standard and do the little jumpy thing that he does. That's the technical term, the little jumpy thing.
Yes,
that's
what
the skill called. Yes, the little jumpy thing. Yeah, so Zan now defending one of the inhib turrets, and it's not looking too good for them. 9 to 5 currently against them, and 39 to 36k gold. It looks like Game are definitely in the driving seat at the moment. They have to consider whether or not they want to try and push this turret, but with Nidalee they have this amazing poke of the spear. So if they wanted, they could just stick around and poke, but they're like, nah, we don't need to. We'll just go here and get infinity gold. So having infinity gold is always an advantage, mathematically speaking. They could be setting up for Baron now as well. That would not be unsmart, especially with a Tristana in the game. Oh, it looks like this time did they time Dragon? No, they're just going home. All right, that works too. No blue buff up for the enemy team that they could be stealing here. A death cap and a sheen on Nidalee. That means that every time she throws a large spear, her next auto attack, a small spear, is also going to hurt quite a bit more. She's going to build a Lich Bane. Of course, that is just a must-have item on Nidalee. It's so painful. You get a spear in the face, and then you get another spear in the face.
Yeah, it doesn't feel too good.
No.
We're going to see Alistar heading up here to the top. Blue Golem's going to be able to take them out quite easily. Nunu is right on the other side. He's like, I want to go get Golems, but I think I smell a cow. Yeah. So he's going to head off of that one and go back to the base, probably possibly buy something. I don't know. Nobody's really showing themselves right now for Gamed. So it looks like they're really just kind of defending inside the base. Annie's all out there by herself. So we'll have to see what she does in that bush by Wraith. Looks like they will start to take the tower. And a lot of damage coming out of the hands of Tristana on this one. She will jump away using that quite early. But it doesn't look like the fight is initiated, so she will be all right on that one.
And yes, she has the cooldown back right now. So that jump, that's okay. The cooldown is really not that long. Let's see what Nidalee is tossing over the wall. Spears is what she's tossing over the wall. Oh, Annie waiting in the wings here. This could be interesting if Annie manages to initiate from behind, put a good Tibbers down on the entire enemy team, but Did she disconnect? She's just standing there. Yeah, she's blue pilling. Oh God, it looks like another disconnect here.
It's not going to help them out. And Tibbers would be huge right now. They are trying to take the turret. Zan, unfortunately, going to have to deal with that game. Kevin going to take down the turret with the help of his team. Annie taking a few turret shots to the face. Damage she will be all right with. The ultimate from Brand coming out. You can see the melt. It instantly hit him. Nobody can stop the proc there of Absolute Zero, but they have enough damage to be taken. Great job and survivability by Gamed at this point in time, focusing down Nunu so he couldn't get away after the Absolute Zero. There it is. XAN has reconnected. It would have been very helpful for that fight, and that could have been the table turner for this one as Zan come out very strong from the last match. An unfortunate event of circumstances to happen in this one. The Q coming out of Tristana, and this turret is just going to drop down in health. Candy Panda destroying that turret. They're going to be able to take out another inhibitor. Now this is 2 inhibitors that Zan has to wait to respawn, and I've mentioned this before. They have to stay in the face of Zan at this point. It's going to be a lot of minions flooding their base. They're going to be able to start accruing that gold and making their builds a lot better from here on out. They don't have a lot of finished builds. If you can see that scoreboard, they all have the Heart of Gold, trying to get that gold in their favor. As you said, it is a late game item, and that's where they are right now. You know, 31 minutes into this match, 32 as we crest that point, and they're looking to have a lot of gold as we have Infinity Edges and Phantom Dancers, Aegis and Rabadons on the other side for game. They have a lot of finished build items and 2 Rabadons on the team as well, and really Alistar, the only one that doesn't have as much as he needs, as he's been roaming, still has a good amount of kills, 2, 1, and 5 with 110 creep score, is kind of building for that attack damage as well as AP.
Oh, and Jarvan finds himself a Tristana here in the forest. Oh, he does a lot of damage.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, wow. But there is an Annie and picks up the kill against Candy Panda. That was good. That was exactly what San needed in this.
It's going to be a good amount of gold coming out of the hands of Tristana. She has not, I believe, died since 2 and 1, and now she's 9 and 3. So we'll have to see. Those 2 kills came. I believe she was able to get like 4 or 5 kills before taking those. So that's a lot of gold that's going to go to Annie, and that's not the person you want to give it to. That's going to be possibly a Void Staff coming out. Her build right now shows going for Rabadons with that needlessly large rod and the Blasting Wand, and then possibly into, actually, and she has the Deathfire, so possibly into the Rabadons and then the Void Staff.
Wow, that's going to be extremely painful. And there was no reason at all for Tristana to be there in that part of the forest at that moment. That just... yeah, I have to say Candy Panda probably made a mistake there. He just got a little bit too confident. He's like, oh yeah, we're winning this game. I'm just going to blue pill in the middle of the enemy forest. That's fine. Unless, of course, he got it disconnected. No, he reacted afterwards. He jumped and everything. So, yeah. We still haven't seen even an attempt on Baron, which I find rather interesting. Oh, wow, the damage from Vayne.
So much damage. You know, Nidalee can only heal so much, but the constant damage from Vayne and the absolute chase down ability. Nobody else has it. You know, the best thing that she could have done there was break line of sight. We have a 3v2 situation as Alistar is trying to take the brunt of all the damage here, and he does so, staying on the backside. Sona able to stay alive with that Oracle's Brand now a little bit more dangerous with a Banshee's Veil on. He does not have to worry about a Nunu Ice Blast or an Annie stun, so he can take that and know that he has to get out of the fight, wait those 30 seconds for that to come back up.
They seem to be going in the direction of Baron, but Tristana completely out of position. Does she know that Vayne is there? No, she probably didn't. Wow, she cleans up really quickly.
Yeah, actually doing a great job. She knows that she has the damage. She has the crit. We can see a little fire dance going on by Rake in middle, but she grabs the last Whisper, and Tristana now is going to start tearing people apart. Wow. This is the point in time where you're like, I think we may need that armor. I can't even think of it right now.
If you buy Thorn Mail.
Yes.
Yes. If you're at the point where you think you need Thorn Mail, you're probably already lost.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I was gonna say it's not something you need, but I was trying to think of the armor before it happens. You know, it's just somebody you need to shut down now. But the escapability of Tristana is what makes it so hard. And if she can get that kill, she can just continue to jump around and stay out of your reach. So that's very, very tough. She's also moving quite quickly. She has a Zeal, the Phantom Dancer, possibly going for another Phantom Dancer, and that is not going to be fun whatsoever. Everybody is now congregated inside the base for Zan. They are pinging around. We see a Blue Pill, Jarvan, and Nunu both back in base, and we're going to see if they can come back out in time. No, Nunu actually just dropped down. It looks like he disappeared instantly, but he disappeared under the coin of Annie on the minimap, and the Oracle's now in the hands of Nunu as well for this side, so both teams have the Oracle. The initiation could come in. There was the flag drop there. The ultimate going down. Tibbers is on the ground. A good amount of damage, but a great heal from the hands of Sona. Picks her team back up. Janna using her ult, and it will push some people back, but only healing herself and not really giving her team the utility and support necessary. The ult coming out of the hands of Sona there after her heals will shut down the rest of the team. It is going to be a big jump. A lot of damage coming out of the hands of Vayne. Was able to shut down Tristana. Not worth as much money at this point in time, but it was a good player to go down. It's going to be a lot harder for these guys to drop more turrets and inhibitors, but this one, obviously being so low, they're going to be able to do it very well. An ace for the team. They won't be able to go all the way on this one. They may be able to get a lot of damage done. Actually, they have a huge minion wave. I am a liar. I did not see that. As I looked down on the mini-map, they kind of blended in with everything down there on the minions, and it looks like they may be able to take the game here. 9 and 7 seconds left before anybody gets back in the match. A lot of damage to be done to this Nexus right now. Alistar with the highest base damage at the start of this game, so he's going to be using his abilities and using that Sheen to just rock off a ton of damage to this Nexus, and that is going to be a GG for this game. Very well played by Game, coming out strong against XAN after a loss for Game. XAN coming off a win now to the loss, and Game probably feeling a lot better about that situation.
They should feel really good about themselves, even though that Vayne really gave them trouble. Tristana, if you watched her jumping left and right in that last fight, the Jarvan ulti hit her, and I'm sure she was ready with the finger over the W button, and she just jumped right up. It's like, yeah, you jump on me, I'll just jump out, and you could play in your crater by yourself.
Let's check the damage that Tristana dished out on this. 271 creep score and a huge amount of kills here. Damage dealt Tristana. She is, yes, Candy Panda on the top, 175,000 damage. That's not going to feel good. She's actually beating everybody by at least 2 bars. The closest behind her was Darkness.
Nice.
Great game played.
Absolutely, yes. That was well, that was exactly the game that we expected to see, with a dominating bottom lane translated into a lots of successes in team fights. To be honest, XAN didn't play a bad game at all. That Vayne was really, really scary, and Jarvan top lane shut down a Nidalee, which I didn't think was possible either. But yeah, I have to say that they're definitely not bad. But I still don't understand how they